Hi, my name is Gabe Arnold. I'm the founder of Landscape Marketing Hero. And today on the show, we're going to talk about how this specific operational habit will help you grow your landscaping business consistently. And when you implement it, it has a massive impact that you'll be surprised about. For me, when I first put this process and this operational habit in place, I didn't think it would work. I was a little bit against trying it, but my coach led me and asked me to give it a try. And ultimately, when we put it in place, it made a massive impact. And so I'm going to share it with you today. I'm Gabe Arnold, and this is the Green Mountain Podcast. We are the champions who brave the elements to create beauty. We see chaos and create order. We are never afraid of hard work, and we understand the power of strategic thinking and intentional actions. We come from all walks of life, and we will never allow our past to determine our future potential. We create beauty around the homes of our customers and increase the value of our community with the work that we do every day. We understand the power of consistent branding because it helps us grow and serve all those around us. We practice effective sales so our company, employees, and community can benefit from the value we add. We intentionally invest in operational habits that help us deliver excellent results to our customers on a continual basis. We understand that powerful and beautiful things take time to grow, and with consistent watering and intention, amazing results can happen. We are committed to making the world a better place by being positive examples to all those around us. We don't allow anyone to look down on us because we know the value we bring to our community as leaders. We create positive workplaces for our employees so they feel safe and supported, and at the same time, we hold ourselves to high standards. We pursue excellence on a daily basis because we know the journey is worth the sacrifice. We are the protectors of the land. We are the guardians of beauty. We are the heroes. We are landscapers. So I want you to think about a situation and kind of use a little bit of an example here that will help explain this tool and this process, this operational habit that I would definitely encourage you to put in place. I want you to imagine somebody comes to you today. It's one of your customers, and they say, "You know what? You guys do such a great job with my landscaping, with the property maintenance here. Love all the projects we've done together. But you know what? I'm actually looking for a plumber, and I thought maybe you'd know who to send my way." And in that situation, there's probably a couple scenarios. One might be that you're like, sorry, I don't know anybody I could recommend, so I don't have any options. But in the other scenario, you might say, yeah, you know what? I have somebody that I would definitely recommend. They've been on a lot of my, client projects. I've interacted with them. I've seen the work they do. I've even had them done work for me as well. This is a great company you can go to. And you're passing along that referral because you trust that person and because you've had time with them and you've interacted with them on different projects. And typically people don't refer somebody that they just saw, a billboard for, or they saw somebody driving down, they saw someone driving down the road, or they saw a truck and they're like, oh, maybe use those guys. That's not really a referral because there's not trust there, right? When you make a trusted referral and you say, I know that if you work with this company, they're going to take great care of you. That's because you've had time and interaction with them. So just as we think about that, we get trust and we develop trust and understanding, and we refer people and we work more closely with them when we've had time with them. And so with that kind of principle in mind, I want to encourage you to look at how you can spend more consistent time with your employees. When we do this, we actually create a lot of trust. We create a healthy relational intimacy, meaning that we know how the other person is going to act, react, and interact with us. We've had enough conversation with them, so we know how they think. We're able to coach and guide them. And all of those positives come out of time with, an employee. When we start out, it's a little bit easier to have that connection, that close relationship, that trust, because often we start out, we're working on the jobs with them, or we're working very closely with a crew leader, or we're working very closely with a small set of employees. One of the things that we have to pay attention to is as our company grows and expands and things change, it's easy to unintentionally lose touch with our employees, with our whole team. And all that does is lower trust and lower results. Because if you think about it, think about one of your best friends or a family member that you really love and get along with. If they call you right now and say, man, I'm stuck with something, I need help with this, you're going to jump in and help. It's because you have that relationship, you have that loyalty. And we want to cultivate and develop that same mindset with our employees. And we do that by us setting the example and leading the way and investing in that relationship. And so One of the things that we help our folks do in our mastermind that I want to share with you today as well is help them establish consistent check-ins. For a lot of folks, we recommend doing a daily 15-minute, 10 to 15 minutes max, all employee huddle before everybody pulls off and leaves for the job. And at first, everyone says, man, that's really expensive. And yesterday, I know we talked about profit leaks and like, how are we spending our time? Where is labor going? Where is our resources, both time and materials and other things going to? So introducing this sounds contradictory, but in reality, when you take as an entire team 10 minutes to 15 minutes to check in during the day, you create an environment where you're spending consistent time with everybody so they get to trust you more. You build loyalty, so they want to work harder for you because they understand the big picture and the mission, and they understand what everybody in the company is doing. And it creates a real-time dynamic opportunity for them to bring up challenges or questions or concerns, or how are we going to handle this project, or I'm struggling a little bit here, or here's this machine isn't acting the way I think it should. It's not broken yet, but it just feels off. You can be proactive in solving those types of problems. And so by having a daily check-in, a daily all-team huddle, that will allow you to have that consistency over time and that type of communication. That's what we do and encourage our folks to do with all of their employees. Then the other thing that will really be helpful for you is actually draw out your organizational chart. Who's who, who's in charge, what crew leaders manage this, what people in the office do. So by having a simple but traditional org chart of you being the founder or owner or whatever leadership role you may be in, and then who reports to you and where do the other employees report, by having that clear structure, as a new employee, I know exactly who to go to get help. And by doing that, you'll cut down communicational like friction and challenges. So having a simple org chart will allow people to know who to go to and how to get support. The other thing to take a look at is for those people that report to you on the org chart, in a lot of cases, that may be your crew leaders, or it may be a manager of a division or things like that. By establishing a weekly 20-minute check-in, phone call, in person, whatever works for the schedules, but a consistent time every week that you don't move unless there's truly an emergency, then you're spending one-on-one time with a leader, with an employee inside your company, and we get the same result if we're intentional and consistent with it. We check in and say, hey, how's everything going? How's work? How's the crew running? Are there any challenges going on? How's everything personally? Like, what's going on in your personal life? Like, is there anything exciting happening, or anything that I can support you with, or we can just talk through? How can I serve and help you right now? By having those consistent check-ins on a weekly basis with the people that report to you, which are often going to be your key leaders, and then your crew leaders having a weekly check-in with the employees that report to them, you create a cohesive communication plan, and you create time together, which creates that connection and that trust and that relational intimacy that we actually want. Because when somebody really trusts you, they're going to let you know about problems ahead of time. When somebody is really loyal to you and they've spent a bunch of time with you, you can ask for them to accomplish something, and they're going to jump into it a lot more willingly because they know who you are as a person. And so by creating these types of check-ins, this process, and doing it with consistency, you're going to eliminate a lot of communication hurdles. You're going to bond your whole team of employees to you, and you're going to be able to continually, on a consistent and positive, basis, share the vision for the company, where you're going, and ultimately this will lead to a much tighter, more positive work culture. And so I want to share kind of the basics of how this works with you today. If you get stuck with this or you need any help, reach out, send a message. You can reach out to us at landscapemarketinghero.com. We're here to serve and help you grow the kind of business that you ultimately want to have, a business that has climbed all the way up the Green Mountain, where you're doing $10 million a year per more. And these are the components and the things that when you implement them successfully are going to lead you there. I appreciate you taking time to tune in today. I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. If you're ready to begin your journey up the Green Mountain, where we show you how to build a low-stress, high-profit, $10 million per year landscaping company, then head over to landscapemarketinghero.com to download your free growth map. One of our guides will be there to help you along the way. Again, that's landscapemarketinghero.com.